a mess. Nothing I do works. Everything keeps falling apart. I just want better. I need to be better, but I don't know how.
I can show you how, but you have to fight for yourself and for your future. Will you commit to that?
I will.
Wow, that's A Better Tomorrow, a unique video that you've never seen for Soca and Calypso, and you know, you can't refute that. So this morning we have with us virtually via Zoom, all the way from a pretty cool Canada, Mr. Mark Loquan. And we also have with us Mr. Everett McBain Jr. Good morning.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
Morning, everybody.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning on the Now Morning Show. Mark, I hope that you are feeling some of the warmth from our studio in Sweet T&T.
Yeah, needed some cool candle here.
So tell us something. How did you all come up with this idea? I mean, it's revolutionary.
Well, it started off as a song. It started off as a music, a song composed around, I would say, the third quarter of 2020, and it was, there was a lot of turbulence in the U.S. going on with protests in the States. I think it was around George Floyd death, and it was, protests in sea lots. COVID was a few months in. So there was a lot of turbulence and uncertainty, and this was a song I had composed and written, really to try to, ride through the wave and to look at ourselves in a way where, this was a time where we needed to, help each other, basically, to get through this wave. So that is what the song is about. It is, using our talent, using our people, and, using that power of helping each other. So that was the theme behind the song. And then it was, we decided to do a video, and I went to Jarrell Forbes, the producer, who had worked with me before on My Home a couple of years before. And she came up with a concept after a lot of discussion of, conquering your fears and overcoming your challenges. And in the video, of course, you will see some areas around that. I'm sure Everett could speak more about that. And then there was a lot of challenges in terms of COVID restrictions, how we had to do it. And we decided to go, full animation, anime style, mixing with Calypso for the first time, Calypso Soca. And I guess, we were directed to Everett, who was working on Jumbie trailers at the time. And it just all seemed to come together. So I'll let Everett, finish off the story. But that is, how it evolved.
Everett, the floor is yours. Tell us what it was like from, concept to completion.
It was a fascinating experience. So I just want to say, before I say anything else, it is not lost on me that I grew up watching animation on TTT.
Yeah.
And now this is about the third time that my work is being played on TTT. So I want to thank you guys for that. The first time was with Self Flux with Anime Carib. The second time was Jumbie. And now it's A Better Tomorrow. So Mark and Jarrell Forbes reached out to us, my wife and I, and they said they had this project. They wanted to do a music video for a song that was composed by Mark and was sung by Terry Lyons. Well, at first, we thought we were being pranked because we had never heard of these people before. And we don't normally move in, circles of soca artists and that type of stuff. But they said they came across the Jumbie trailer, and what they saw in the Jumbie trailer was what they thought could work for this project that they had. So it took us about 5 months. The first thing we had to do, we had to come up with the look and feel of the project, how it would look. We went off Jarrell Forbes' idea. It was her story. She wrote the story, and it was our job to interpret, put into visuals the story that she wanted to tell. And animation, I was speaking to Ruckus on Saturday, And animation is one of the most powerful vehicles for telling stories. And Trinidad culture is all about storytelling, you know, from soca to folklore. So, you know, it's almost as if it should have been done before already. Yeah. But this was the time that we got to do it, and we got to pair the two. And it came together quite nicely.
It really has. And ladies viewers, if you're just joining us, welcome. So we're talking about a new video called A Better Tomorrow. In studio, we have with us Everett McBain Jr., and he's part of a team. He also works with his wife as well. So good morning, Mrs. McBain, who you mentioned, Offset, she did the 3D for the animation as well.
Yes. So the video is really made up of several components, but Dixie Ann, that's my wife, she was responsible for building and creating all the 3D elements. So in the video, if people can see it if they go online on YouTube on Mark Loquan's page, just search A Better Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's a giant mechanical spider that Terry's character has to face. Dixie Ann built that from scratch. There's another scene where there's a music truck. She also built that from scratch. So that was the foundation, I would say, that for the video. And I came in and I did all the 2D character animation. So all the character running, fighting and stuff, that was me. And we put the two together alongside the music, and that's how we were. But it could not be done. I know she's probably, I'm going to get a lot of licks on her reach with me because she doesn't like the spotlight. But I have to mention her because we couldn't do it without her. We couldn't do it without her.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, Everett, I have this question for you. And then, Mark, if you could also jump in on this question, because as you mentioned, our culture is storytelling. And it is something that we should have really looked into a long time ago. So do you think you've possibly set a trend for our storytelling moving forward?
Well, we hope so. We hope that Better Tomorrow projects like Jumbie are the first of many. You know, it's not like we want to be the only ones that do it. We want to prove that Trinidad and Tobago culture could do anything. And there's absolutely no reason that Trini culture, soca music, or folklore stories can't be put to any vehicle that's available out there.
Agreed.
So we hope it's the first of many.
Definitely. Yeah. Mark, do you see yourself working on some more music videos with animation in the future?
Well, I think, you know, this project started way outside my comfort zone. I don't think I've been involved in animation before by any means, but I think getting into it, it was so fascinating to see it evolve because Everett would, you know, he would send us the stages as he was finished in each portion. And it got more exciting as time went on. So I don't exclude that at all. I hope it does set a trend. You know, the combination of this anime, I always see all the youth very much involved with anime, and not only youth, Everett, but everybody else getting involved in this whole Japanese anime type storytelling, which has been around for quite a long time. It's the first time we're bringing it kind of Trini style, and you see, you know, Napa starring in the animation and so on. So I think there's a lot to offer from Trinidad and Tobago. We have a lot of stories to tell. We have a lot of music. I guess the part of the story of A Better Tomorrow was also to focus on the fact that, you know, we have a lot of talent and resources. And one of the lines actually says, gifted talent, you know, use it, you know, showcase TNT. So it's that kind of theme that is coming through by, you know, after getting into it. I can't say I started off that way, but Terry Lyons singing the song, Jarrell Forbes telling the story, Everett and Dixie Ann, you know, doing the animation. There's a lot of talent here to actually tell the stories.
Thank you so much, Mark Loquan, steel pan composer and arranger, and Everett McBain Jr., CEO of GEM FX, animator, creative director as well. Thank you so much for being with us on the show this morning. Viewers, stay tuned. There's more coming up after the break. This is the Now Morning Show.